FABRICA.
Oh, Gott, no long.
I hope the summer romance never ends, never ends. Baby, we can dance.
Welcome to another episode of FABRICA, the podcast by Film Explorer, where we talk to artists and filmmakers and explore their creative process and uncover the stories behind their work. This episode is part of our interview series New Voices, where we spotlight emerging talents in the field of film, some still attending film school, others newly graduated, or even self-taught. I'm Lara Perren, and today I'm joined by three talented young animators, Raul Bison, Sven Kristlbauer, and Marion Zeder, who all studied animation at the HSLU in Lucerne. Their graduation film, Gahts recently premiered at the Swiss Film School Day during the Internationale Kurzfilmtage Winterthur.
I hope the summer romance never ends, never ends.
Okay, to start things off, let's talk about the origin of the film. Sven, I saw that the story is based on your idea. Can you tell me a bit how you came up with the concept of this boy in a car with his toys and arguing parents?
For me, it was really like I hate driving and I love little toy designs, but also like I just when my parents separated, I felt very not in control of the situation, and I wanted to I thought I want to capture this feeling of trying to kind of avoid this conflict, but also trying to stop it, but not really being able to. And I thought a car would be the perfect setting for that, because like nowhere else are you so in such a kind of tight space where you really can't escape this conflict situation. So that's how the idea came about, and Marion and Raul could just relate to that feeling. So that's where that comes from. And also the film is in Swiss German, and I'm the only one of the group that speaks Swiss German, so naturally like most of the writing, or at least the dialogue writing part, was on me. So that's kind of, we all co-directed, but it was kind of based on this concept by me. That's
I remember that during the summer, before doing the pitch session, I think we met some people of the class in Lucerne for like just show some poster and talk about ideas, and already there I saw the Sven's project, and I was already interested. And I was already, in case mine is not accepted, that would be a very interesting one. I really like it. And then, when the pitch session happened, then after I was like, I want to work on it. And I actually joined, and they accepted me. I was happy, very happy.
So your team is very multilingual, Swiss, German, French and Italian. So I wanted to ask, since this film is now in Swiss German, was it ever an option to do it in another language?
If I remember right about the language, at the very beginning, you always wanted this to do, right? The Bernese.
I think so, yeah.
You always wanted that. There was a couple of proposals from like Jürgen, if I remember right. Like at the very beginning, say, hey, no, do it in English, but like every other teacher and even us, because we understood the point of you were doing the story, was like, no, we want it in Swiss German. And,
And it made more sense to have it like from a kind of personal language. Also because English, we all understand it, but also it's not none of us mother language. So I think that was just the normal way to go with it, even if we mentioned in the beginning, maybe that could change, but I think all of us just like Swiss German, so
I mean, it sounds fine. I don't understand it, but sounds cool.
No, I love it.
But that's a fair point. It's not only that like admiration for Swiss German, going hee hee hee, Swiss hee, funny language, but also like this whole authenticity kind of aspect to it, because like writing dialogue is so hard anyways, and like doing it in a in a language you're not as familiar with.
Was your first time writing dialogue so that deep then?
Yeah.
Like,
and you did great. So.
Amazing, yeah.
Yes, the Swiss German feels really authentic. That's great. Something else I noticed while watching it is that the dialogue sounds very relevant for today, because some parts reminded me of this idea of therapy speak that's being discussed a lot nowadays. And at the same time there is this strong sense of nostalgia in the film. And can you talk about this combination a little bit? It also made me wonder, in what time is the film set?
Yeah, to me, like, it is set today, but also like this nostalgia aspect was something really important to all of us, because it is a personal story to all of us, and we wanted to bring in our own perspective also in the toy and car designs, and like the way that, I don't know, the parents are dressed, or like or Timo is dressed. Like it was a part of the design also to kind of give this nostalgia perspective that also people our age could watch it and relate maybe an extra bit more. But I really like that you felt that it has a relevance today with the non-violent communications aspect to it, because that's also something that was very important to us. I think it came up in the very beginning, kind of in the like when we started thinking about dialogue. We made a lot of we did some method acting and like some improvisation stuff, and there it just like naturally some of these phrases would show up, and then we thought, hey, this is like a great thing, we should dig more into that. So we listened to some podcasts, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on the topic, and then it became a part of the film.
What kind of feelings did you want to evoke in the audience?
It's hard to answer with only one thing, actually.
Even because I think it depends even from like because our audience are like families, child and parents, then depending on who is watching is a little bit different to me. Like for the child is about like having this super colorful world with all the toys and like the battle, they pew 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 and everything, and that's probably the first layer of watching the film. Maybe in the parents, maybe just having fun, relate with the two parents on the screen, and maybe thinking a little bit more.
Yeah, but it still has this kind of open ending, so people might relate with their situation and also just continue thinking about it, what was going to happen next. And because in real life that's also what happens, because it's not a happy ending or bad ending and then nothing, it always continues a way or another, I feel like. So it depends on how you're watching it and how you're perceiving it, but I feel like you could both just enjoy and have fun, because it has this humor in a part, and also visually it's kind of fun, but also you could try to overthink it afterwards and be like, okay, wow, what does that mean, and how can I relate or not? And I think that's also something we wanted. That's also something.
Yeah, we totally did not want a closed ending, and or like to give a super direct message. We because bring it up the situation, but not like giving, hey, you should do that, or I should do that. That we did not want that at all. and I think we made it in some sense. Like when you finish when the jury asked us some question, or like they gave feedback, one of them said, "Oh yeah, and why looks like to me that the mother is right and the father is in the wrong." Or no, sorry, the opposite. Actually, the opposite. He said
No, I think it was
I said
the side.
and then there was not a discussion, but like we thought, well, that's for you.
Fun.
That's for you. It's like that. But from other people we heard it's not like that. Then that's why it's very open, and we like it like that.
Yeah.
That was coming back to the dialogue writing, though. That was like a really, really hard part of it, like making sure that like none of the parents feel like the villain or the hero of the story necessarily. Like, yes, both have their clear flaws, I guess, but like it was in the very beginning, the mother kind of complaining or resisting the father's kind of playfulness and inattentiveness felt like very naggy and very like so that was like hard not to make her motif not just like anti-fun, I guess. But that's also where this non-violent communication part kind of helped, making her feel more less like a villain. Yeah.
And I think why it's so because it's so balanced, the father and the mother, literally depending on how do you feel in confront to one or the other, it make you like go in one direction for one or one direction for the other. And that's actually interesting because at the end we are supposed to watch almost like from the eyes from Timo, and as a child same like you don't have like preferences or like at least can depend. Ideally we
discuss that.
absolutely you should there is in the idyllic world should not, but then we're watching from the eyes from Timo, or at least we are trying to, and then
but no one is perfect anyway.
yeah, exactly.
So that's also
Exactly.
the point.
Yes, maybe we can continue with this child's eye perspective, because I also find this like a beautiful mixture that you created with this realistic approach, but then like this more fantasy world, because like a lot of times we just hear the conversation and are in the toy space. Was this like more of a like visual storyboarding process, or how did you like mix these two worlds together?
One thing that I think helped in like mixing like this more serious world and the toy and playful world, other than there was the idea I think from already the beginning to have a mix of the world, but here I think it come even like our background and interest, in the sense of I feel like that some of us like have a more like type of telling story, more focused or like more on the ground, like less playful and more like related to real world, and some other like more silly and playfulness. And I think that helped for like develop the two type of words in their own way, and with all the difference and all the contrast they have visually. If I remember right, I think that helped a lot in the developing on the visual language for both words.
Also, like about the kind of perspective and world shifts. Like in the very beginning, we thought it might be cool not to show the parents at all, like to be only from Timo's perspective, and only maybe sometimes see the back of the heads of the parents. But with that, giving the parents this one long scene in the tunnel just made them kind of human too, and gave more of this, like gave these different perspectives to this story, and
for the actual during the storyboard process, I did a storyboard, and I was trying to following at the most Sven's idea. I can say for me the hardest part was the toy world, because like for me was too random I found it very hard to like, and that's why even some part I had to like ask Sven and Marion to help me, because when we were in the real world, that were more like my type of working with storyboard, with more clear and the regular stuff, and the toy world was very random to me. Was really hard, and I think it's there where like we really work together for get it right during the visual development part and the storyboard part.
Yeah, that was also a fun part in the script.
Yeah.
Just like the rest was like very descriptive of like what happens, who talks, who says what, and then now we're in the toy world where everything is love and rainbow farts, and kind of just more describing the vibe than like what's actually going on, basically.
Yeah,
I think you're more of a rule person, or it makes it easier for you to create something that has rules. And for me as well, I think, in general. So it was, we're asking Sven a lot.
Yes, Sven did a lot from that side, I think.
Sometimes I think the toy world does reflect what happens in the real world, like what happens between the characters. Right?
I mean, the fight, all the fight, it's not full in the toy world, but it's still it's in the fantasy. That's all like the fight. I mean, it's not that deep. It's just the mother and the father. I really personally, I really like the tunnel part. One, because the dialogue is actually very good. I don't know, I really like it. But it's like a very you can really much see like the difference between like the outside out of the mountain, like they are in the dark and there happen like the serious moment, and the outside where like we see more Timo in play and stuff. That I think was a cool idea at the end. It worked out very well.
We can also link this to the emotions or emotional question you asked before, because each different place you are settled in is like a different emotion to try to share with the audience, I would say. It's like, the one in the car, like in the tunnel, it's claustrophobic of like, you are in there and you are in the middle of the conversation and you just can't do anything else. So maybe this one is more tense or heavy to get for some people, where the toy world is just fun and really free of everything. It's really different, but that's also the contrast we were looking for. So
I remember when we talked about the tunnel, we were like, we want to be like Timo and be stuck there. Like no sounds, almost no sounds in background, no music, just the voices of the parents, because like Timo, that's the only thing you can experience in that moment. And then when you are outside, then you can restart like almost not hearing them, or at least trying to cover them doing something other. Then the tunnel, we really wanted that focus on it.
And then outside I realized the street is like a infinite
loop.
Loop.
I mean, the loop can be broken. That's always like, it depends on choice of people. That's why we say it's open at the end, the ending, because you see the loop, but it's just for the moment. Maybe, who knows.
You already talked a bit about the teamwork and your roles, but something else I was wondering about design actually is how you mixed your styles together, because the design is from you, Sven and Marion, I saw, and can you talk a little bit about this process?
I think we started with like thinking, okay, we're going for Sven's style because we like it, but at some point it was also kind of it's really hard to replicate.
I struggled so much.
Depends for what, but some stuff were like that. And in the very beginning, when we divided the tasks and stuff, Sven was supposed to do the character designs, also because he has really a lot of ideas and fun making the toys and everything. And I was supposed to do the backgrounds. So we thought, we're gonna find a way to match them together. So yeah, we started that way.
Well, I just think it just kind of happened organically that
Yeah.
like we both started in our own corners, but like slowly got to a common middle ground where we could also start switching up stuff. And I think in the end it's a beautiful symbiosis of style.
If I remember right, at some point you literally like exchanged the character for draw on them.
Yeah,
and,
we
yeah, that was actually very cool, I think, for mix the style.
Yeah, because I'm not, or I was not that confident about character designing until Sven started making the parents, where he was like, he tried, he started designing them, and then he was like, yeah, but that just looks like my mom and my dad. So maybe that's a bit too obvious or too personal. So I think that's where you thought, okay, can you just try making something and we'll see how it goes. And then yeah, so I made the shapes, basic shapes, I think, and then it was a back and forth and just mixing them. But I thought this was really fun.
Yeah, if you look at early style frames, you will definitely recognize my parents.
But it's interesting, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I actually remember for like the Dino, animating the Dino, it came out sometime like, hey, that make no sense to draw. And you're like, yeah, but it's fine. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
And we're like, I cannot draw it.
The rules.
The rules. I
yeah,
cannot.
That's like through the collaboration and kind of like in animation also sometimes the designs became a bit more naturalistic, just so because that's kind of where we met each other and where it made the most sense for everyone, because just like just draw it, just vibe it out was sometimes a bit too.
Are there any other like Easter eggs or secrets in the film?
One that a few people actually came to me after watching the film that I was really happy about. Was a street sign towards the end.
I love that.
If you watch the film, look at the street sign.
At the end.
Yeah. And mountains as well.
True.
Yeah, right.
In the backgrounds, not all of them. Like it's a mix of totally random. I drew them mountains, and you can find some mountains from Swiss or France, and recognize them if you're good enough with mountains. But that was also something we thought. Let's just see if people notice, and some people did notice actually.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, not a lot, but yeah.
Cool. I didn't realize the mountains, but I saw the street sign, but only after like the fourth time watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's subtle.
Yeah, the one with the hand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, no, but it's like in front of everyone. Everyone will watch it, and then okay, no, then it's not that easy, and that's nice. It's a nice Easter egg.
One thing about the style of the film that really stands out, of course, is the risoprint technique. And so I wanted to ask you, can you tell us a bit more about this unique idea and how you did it?
Well, it kind of started from the nostalgia we already spoke a lot about, because I imagined the fantasy of a 9-year-old to kind of look like an old Mickey Mouse comic, because I just used to read those a lot, and they're always used to be like these kind of misprints, like the different colors would be a little bit offset from each other, and we thought we could replicate that by using risoprint, which also kind of the same errors happen there. So that's how we came to that, and we also got inspired by a film by YK Animation, or by Joder von Roth, Little Miss Fate. That one was also riso printed partially for different reasons, but that definitely inspired that aspect. And yeah, but it was just really cool for us to actually like print entire scenes, but it also was a big time effort, I guess. But I mean,
Worth it.
in the
Totally
beginning,
worth it.
in the beginning, I wanted all the toys to be entirely stop motion
Yeah, oh my
and
God.
then Riso printed. So I guess we came to a compromise there.
Producer said no. I personally was not super sure. I end up really loving Risoprint. I really like it now, and I mean it's so cool to actually have some frames in hand at the end, because yeah, we had to print them and everything. A little bit repetitive, but I liked the job. I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was really good to sometimes also get off your desk
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just do something else.
And I mean we had one of the only Risoprint I know very close to the atelier, and we just take it and use it.
We did it also just because we could,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just disconnecting from the computer for some time.
Yeah.
It was just great. Music on and just printing and stuff. That was a
Very
very cool
cool.
process.
Very cool.
So, a common narrative about the graduation year in animation at the HSLU is that everyone is always working too much. But I guess it sometimes depends also a bit on the organization. And I was wondering, how was the work-life balance for you all?
I mean, working wise, I think we kind of managed pretty well. Sure, there was a lot of part we have to work a lot, but we did not like end up 5 weeks later.
The thing that worked pretty well is like, I think all of us had crunch times at different moments in the project as well, or like more work. When you did storyboard and layout, it was a lot for you,
Right.
and
yeah.
Sven and me were more in a like chill 8 hours, 7 hours days work.
Yeah.
And then it was different for a script
Yeah, right,
and then for
right.
backgrounds, so it was also balanced that way.
Yeah, because something that was, I felt like kind of unique in our team was like, yes, we were all involved in everything, but we also had like very specialized interests, kind of. So everyone was like leading one aspect very strongly. So like, Raul was like doing the storyboard more or less on his own. Marion did all the backgrounds. I did like most of the character design. Kind of this helped a lot also in kind of
Dividing
the labor.
It was
Yeah.
balanced.
Yeah, and really nice that you all had like different things that you wanted to do, and then it really fits together. So for the last question, what are your plans now, or are there any plans to like do something together again? Yes.
Yeah, same. I think it's a good dynamic we had, but yeah, nothing planned for now. I think all of us are just like so done with this project for now. Also, it was a lot for a year. So I start looking for animation jobs these days.
I think everyone wanna continue in animation, that's for sure. Just there is a lot to do right now, like money and food. Then
Life.
life. Let's say life. And I would not like say no to a possibility like that, but like probably in the future and after a little bit of time of settling down, if we can say that.
I can definitely imagine working together again, but just not in the near future. We just have other things going on.
Totally.
At the post-graduation camping phase.
I think I'm a bit
in
over the post-graduation down already. I have like 3 films I want to make. It's gonna take ages until one of them maybe sometimes sees the light, but I have ideas.
But remember,
Who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths for that one again.
And me to live in the dark.
Thank you so much for this conversation, Raul, Marion and Sven. I wish you all the best with your film, hopefully lots of festival screenings, and also good luck with all your future projects. And thank you for being on this podcast. And that was FABRICA by Film Explorer.
FABRICA.